Russo used to be the nicest guy, the nicest little boy on YouTube. What happened to him? What the do you mean what happened to me? I grew up and became a man. I was kicked relentlessly when I was down. I'm just supposed to not have any emotion around that. So I'm supposed to have all this anger and just get rid of it. All right, guys. Welcome to insert the title here. I decided to switch to solo vlogging, Sulik style. Give the shout out to him, but I won't use his name in the title like everyone else. But I wanted to switch into this sort of style, and I'm going to be uploading as much as I can. I'm going to try like every other day. You know, I'm not Sulik. I ain't a baller like that, pushing every day. But I don't know, I just kind of wanted to vent my emotions, honestly. You know, this year was super rough, and it was beyond rough. You know, it was like my death cannon event. I evaded. The Reaper tried to slash me 50 times. I kept dodging type shit. And yeah, I just want to go back to my roots, you know. Last night at like 2 in the morning during one of my manias, I'm just watching my old videos, you know, the videos that everyone likes. And yeah, I wanted to get back into that sort of content. I told you guys I'm sick of the studio, but I don't know. I feel like when someone shoots me, I have this feeling of like not truly being myself on camera, where when I'm alone, you know, I want a Darth Russo. I want like the bipolar alter ego wiring to showcase a little bit, and I don't want that to impact any of my editors. Like if I'm not in a good mood, I'll just vlog it, right? Solo vlog it. You know, you guys want to see the real authentic me. That's why you guys subscribe. If you wanted a fake cloud influencer, then there's plenty of those to go around. But yeah, I don't really like, you know, coming off super angry towards, you know, my editors, because their positivity and my frequency is somewhere else these days. Because man, like at least some of you know what I went through. Like if nobody knew or believed me, like a lot of these victims, then I feel their pain. Like I know some people can relate to what I just dealt with, and it was a long recovery. I'm still not fully recovered. I'm like 96, 97%. But man, at the start, where some people are stuck for like years, decades, being in that castrated state physically and mentally, it's next level torture. Like I'd rather have Chinese water torture done on me or be in solitary confinement or something than go through that syndrome. I couldn't, like stage 3, stage 4 cancer sounds a little bit better than not being able to walk, form sentences, feel dopamine, feel any euphoria around any of your loved ones. You just literally feel like you're caged inside your body 24/7, unable to sleep, unable to use the GABA system at all. And it's just, I commend the people battling in that world. I don't even know how to describe that world, being out of it. You know, when you go through something traumatic and then after you're like, you know, life goes on. That's how the human mind is. That's how I feel. Besides the shell shock of that, like I can tell like, oh, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. Like that puts some edges on me, and it's just like I got to deal with that. And the build up emotion of not experiencing emotion for an entire year on top of being bipolar is just got me very gun-ho into this new year to make up what I left out on. You know, it's just like, it's a crazy roller coaster. You know, I'm just very angry, and that's fine. I know a lot of you little snowflakes on the other side of the camera think all anger is bad. I know a ton of successful dudes who used anger. I showcased Tom Brady, which Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, and used anger all the time. And anger is super motivating, and I have a absolute fucking dump truck full of it. And it's just like me trying to inch my body close enough to really start beating it up. But I want to go back into a caloric surplus. I weigh like 248, pretty cleaned up, have abs in the morning, have veins and shit. I would like to go to 270 because 270 seems to be the new 260. Everyone's going to 260, so I wanted to see if I could touch 270 and still have like some resemblance of a midsection, then I wanted to cut it up, taper it down to under 240 with the strength volume of being 270. The reason why I won't cut is because I'm not at the strength volume I was. I'm going to try and do some strength volume in here for you guys, but until I'm there, I don't want to cut. Otherwise, I would lose tissue. Like if I get stupid strong, have crazy strength volume, and then start dieting using the strength volume to hold my tissue, once I get to the lower weight, it will be really easy to recomposition considering I held the strength. If I just cut down right now, then I have to rebuild my strength base at a lighter weight, and anyone who powerlifts knows that's stupid. There's no time limit at this point other than I need to fully get better and fully come back. This year is going to be me pushing my persona out onto the internet, and I am fully prepared and ready for it because it's been a long time coming. You know, I think of it as I never did the podcast of like the Sigma cage, but essentially when I was younger, I wanted to keep myself a boy as long as possible for creative development and character development purposes. And then I feared myself, you know, I feared my crazy self when I was younger. You know, I could have easily gone off the rails. That's why I kept the same girl in my life. That's why I threw myself in a cage. But now I got to step out of the cage, right? I feel like people have seen two versions of me when there's been really four versions. You know, when I was very younger, I was very in that ultra aggressive bully type character. I then went into wrestling and learned martial arts and humbled my ego very fast, getting the shit beat out of me. And then I refined myself into this shyness, this introvert, this incel type gym cell character because I was so focused on skill set. I was so focused on like, man, I don't want to have what's called Chad syndrome, which is essentially like I could have just leaned on my social capabilities, never built out extreme intelligence, never built out extreme skill sets, and just socialed my way through life, chased tons of pussy in my early years, not really getting any value frequency wise from the woman. And then when I'm 30, I will be an alpha looking at all the sigmas jealous. And I see this a lot. I've been personally attacked by people from my high school who are alpha jokes. This has been a crazy year, but like I've been like in an altercation recently where I just see Chad syndrome so viciously impacting this dude I used to go to high school with, and he's looking at me envious that I stayed Sigma, despite Sigma destroying your personality, essentially being alone all the time. But I've suffered through it. I became a man. The minute I became a man and was exploding outward in bipolar egomania, which needed to happen because at the end of the Sigma cage, I was in the deepest depression possible. And I'll have Austin throw up the one video I talk about my motorcycle incident where I'm crying on camera. Like that is me being a black hole about to implode into a star, right? That was my whole alchemy goal of controlling my emotions in that state because you guys have given me a very blessed life. I didn't want to just lean into that blessed life. I wanted a struggle, and if I had to force a synthetic struggle, then that's how I was gonna roll with it. And after I exploded outward, you know, the castration event happened and it was all taken away from me. You know, everything was fucking taken away from me. My fucking physique I worked years for, boom, and one day gone. I was pissing orange, dark orange. All my muscle pissed right off. The penis I worked for, boom, gone, 1 inch erect. My mind state, my ability to manifest, my ability to think in a quantum type environment, gone. All this shit was gone this year, and it really came down to you guys praying for me and then you guys helping me. You know, the people around me were leading me all these sorts of different ways that were bullshit, and I can detect that. My spidey senses were going off, and I just wanted to sincerely thank everyone for keeping my dream alive. I want to sincerely thank all my close family members who literally were so concerned that I was going to pass away this year that they all came over and asked if I had cancer and shit. And I'm forever grateful. I'm really looking forward to my cure video helping people. It's definitely extreme what I did, but it showcases that it is possible to fully recover. You know, I'm at 96%. every single victim suffering in that hell would love to be in the spot I'm at. I'm just hypermuscular, and these legs require so much to fully contract that's the battle I'm currently facing every day. But I just want my channel to be more about me, right? I feel like that's how it was. I then switched because I was struggling. You know, I was in a depression. You know, I switched into more an informational based style, and I don't think that performs well in the algorithm compared to what I was doing, and that people start using me as just a fucking book, and they try to extract everything out of me without giving me anything in return. And you can say I'm narcissistic or whatever, but it's really fucking annoying where I have all these solutions. They don't even want to watch the content where the solutions are presented in elaborate format. They just want to bother me, and I don't want to get into a point where like, okay, I'm gonna start charging everyone. You know, that's not the influencer I want to be. So I really do want to re-steer it towards my personal journey, because that's what this channel is, Ryan Russo's personal journey. That's my name, my full name on YouTube. That's what it's been about. I understand I went into studio type content. I feel much more confident in studio type presenting. You know, I feel like I can just walk in the studio and spit free ball. And I feel very confident in my ability to go on podcast and social dynamic work on camera and everything. I feel like I've really learned a lot. But as far as what keeps you guys interested, it's bringing you guys into my life, and I really wanted to showcase my full personality, even my alter ego side, which is a part of me whether you guys like it or not. I really do hate the comments, oh, Russo used to be the nicest guy, the nicest little boy on YouTube. What happened to him? What the fuck do you mean what happened to me? I grew up and became a man. I was kicked relentlessly when I was fucking down. I'm just supposed to not have any emotion around that. So I'm supposed to have all this anger and just get rid of it. The most powerful emotion that Tom Brady used for his insane career that he admits he's giving you guys free alchemy, free magic. He used anger. He preferred anger. He needed to stay in that driven predator, apex predator mind state. And you guys are such snowflakes, fucking manipulated and brainwashed by this divine feminine bullshit that's going around, that you forget that sometimes you can just ghost, grind it out, and become a better version, and you don't gotta be fucking nice to everyone. You know, I've been fucking really nice to a lot of people who just all fucked me over, right? Fucked over like majorly. Like, I'm talking like I'm on my deathbed being ignored shit. It's like at that point, okay, my niceness is taken as weakness. And it's just one of those things where I feel like you should take that away from me. Like, some of you on the other side of the camera, you can say you're a nice person, but nice guys finish fucking last. I've been super nice and I've come at the fucking short end of the stick, and that gets annoying. I try and balance that. A Sigma tries to balance that. I need to be beta, know when to fucking learn. I need to know where, okay, this person's the alpha in this niche. I must submit, be beta, learn, absorb as much as I can, realize I'm never going to be alpha in that category unless I devote my life to it, which I won't. I want to be a mastermind. And I also need to know when I have to have a fucking backbone, be a badger, stand on myself, realize what I actually fucking am, and have that tenacity about me, so the next time you actually socially interact with me in person, you have a vibe that tells you, don't fuck me over. You have to have both sides. You can't lean on one side. And because I flip-flop, I get called out for it? No. This is me exploring my personality. This is me coming and evolving out of this. You can't relate to my life, most likely. It's so insane. I could write a fucking book on it. It's fucking insane. And I'm not saying like, oh, I'm special. I can't relate to some of your guys' life. Some of your guys' lives are probably more insane than me. But to act like you know everything about me when I've really been hidden in a cage for quite a while is pretty extreme. I'll quit ranting. So I am taking DHEA. I'm chugging 2 entire bottles before I train. I couldn't find pregnenolone in the store. I just went in the store. I wanted pregnenolone. They don't got no pregnenolone, so I'm going to chug 2 DHEAs with a RX Fit Aid. So I drink 2 of these a day for years on end. You know, sometimes I cut them out from the B6, but I think I don't experience B6 at this level, but there is quite a bit of it in here. But basically, I want to just say that I had no B vitamin deficiencies. I drank these, I buy these after the gym every fucking day. You know, I was drinking these before that happened to me. Right? That's just like another smear that was against me, is like I had B vitamin deficiency. Like, oh my fucking God. So DHEA, for you don't know, I'll have Austin pull up the neurosteroid cascades of DHEA, but that's basically what I'm feeding before I go into the gym, train super hard, mentally get aggressive. I'm trying to feed the top-down neurosteroid cascades, but allopregnanolone is the real fucking issue, and I don't really think it's actual allo. I think it's actual 5-alpha reductase expression, which is slowly recovering, but I'll never truly know. I don't have a fucking biolab where I can go up to a bunch of microbiologists and have them start testing me. I'm just guessing, but this is where I'm at in the recovery. My legs, I can survive a leg day and still walk after. I used to not be able to walk after or bend my legs. So it's progress. Is it front squatting 3 plates for bodybuilder volume and back squatting 4 plates for sets of 10 to 15 while then doing hack squats after? No, I'm nowhere near where my legs used to be. They used to be my best body part by far. I was told by judges that my legs were literally pro quality and that my upper body sucked. What the fuck was I doing for my legs? Why can't I replicate my upper body to look like that? So I want to get those legs back. They are really stubborn to get the turn back on, but that's going to be the goal. I'm going to do a little bit of chest, but I have to watch myself because my DOMS is insane. My delayed onset of muscle soreness is insane. My central nervous system still isn't fully there compared to the roid head I was before this happened to me.